All right, guys, and gals, and whoever else, pals. This is going to be a video about what I'm calling vibes-based Kano. I've kind of started saying this at my armory recently, and I know it also got mentioned in the Discord, so I think it's pretty funny. Um, but basically, I just wanted to give this is more of a beginner guide for people who want to pick up Kano. Just to kind of, I think it's like a basic outline, so you can start playing the hero, and then from there you can refine and go further. So this guide is mainly for beginners or people who want to pick up Kano. You're not going to win pro tours playing like this. Probably not even going to win like RTN or PQ winning this or like following this, but you can definitely win Armory. You can definitely win, your online tower share games, and you can definitely kill people from like 100. Anyway, so let's start here. So what is Vibes Kano? It's essentially just a outlook or like a way of playing Kano and thinking about it. That's not quote unquote as try hard as Kano normally is. So, people have this idea that Kano is very big brain. And I don't think that's really the case. There's a steep learning curve as far as learning how to combo. But once you get that down, you can honestly follow pretty simple guidelines. To play Kano. I mean, we got rid of stacking, which is very hard as far as picking up that skill to begin with. I don't know how to stack. I don't think you really need to learn how to stack. There are certain matchups where it matters, but overall, there's this new version of Kano. I really think it's pretty simple as far as winning games. Again, you're not going to win a pro tour, without a lot of practice or anything like that. But overall, it's pretty good. So, I just have a few little bullet points and places to focus here. So there's very little math involved. Other than a lot of times you're just really counting out the first few cards you play. And then from there, and other than specific cases, you're kind of just playing off vibes in the top of your deck and playing it as it goes. So, general rule of thumb is like be safer with your resources, unless you really need to pump a wildfire because they have a lot of prevention. No stacking required again, so that makes it a lot easier. The philosophy is really just send it. A lot of my games at armories end up with me counting resources, going, screw it, I don't want to do this. This will probably work. So that's something I've said in like 80% of my last games, and it usually does, is a sad part. Or I don't know, the good part. So again, this isn't focused on efficiency. You're playing optimally, but just learning Kano quickly and having fun. And again, just kind of like a general outline here. So next, I just have some very simple kind of guide on how to play your turn and how to play their turn. So how to play your turn. The number one thing with this deck is playing potions is the first priority. So we want to get basically 2 to as many as possible potions in play before we fire. So that's basically what you should plan your turns around is playing potions. The only other play where it's usually worth planning around on their turn is sending a Lessons Lava, in my opinion, especially if you don't have a wildfire already. And even if you do have a wildfire, a lot of times Lessons will strip a card from their hand, so it's pretty good to do that. I wouldn't take a very like important on hit to play Lessons, but again, it's just something to consider. Any spare blues in your hand, just activate them. If you end the turn with any like a red or yellow extra card, pitch it to Crucible unless it's a combo piece. So that's kind of the basic guideline there. As far as arsenaling cards, there's basically 3 cards worth arsenaling other than potions. Potions can be good to arsenal if you if you have 2 potions and you have open arsenal, definitely play one and arsenal the other one. Even IP yourself for a potion is usually worth it, but basically we want to focus on this priority: Kindle, Wildfire, Blazing. Kindle is usually pretty good because it makes it it basically makes it easier to pull off Kindle combos if you draw the second Kindle. Wildfire is the second best option there, and then Blazing is the third option. But for the most part, especially in the fast matchups, we're usually happy to arsenal any one of these. It's also okay to IP yourself with combo cards. So if you don't know what IP is, it stands for intellect penalty, but basically it means not using all the cards in your turn. So if you have 1 card in your hand, you're IPing yourself 1. If you have 2, blah, blah. And this is generally thought of as a bad thing. In Kano, the math is a little different, so a lot of times it's worth it. So in fast cards, if you have a Wildfire and Arsenal already and you draw a Blazing, just keep the Blazing. Don't pitch it. Don't do anything with it, especially if it's a fast matchup. So that's how to play your turn. On how to play their turn, basically, there's some really simple guidelines here. So the first is basically, should you fire this turn? And there's kind of 2 questions I think about. One, do you have potion set up and do you have the combo pieces? If the answer is yes, then you can consider these other pieces. Are they tapped out? If they're tapped out, send it. Are you about to die? Then send it. If there's lethal on the stack, you obviously have to send it. Now, if they're not tapped out right now and you have, a healthy amount of life, and you have the combo pieces, let them commit a few resources. Don't commit to blocking early, and see if they tap out and then send it. Um, Otherwise, we're just really blocking efficiently. So basically just blocking with the reds and yellows when we can, and even blues. So again, play around disruption the best you can. So if they have a go again attack coming, don't block early. If you sniff out a CNC, but again, I'm not perfect. I don't know. A lot of times I get got by assassins and other classes, but do your best to play around that stuff if you think. And then just like a real simple, like block with your reds and yellows first. So that way, if we can keep cards, we can Kano banish with the blue on our turn to find more potions. So that's a really basic guide. I have a gameplay video after this, kind of just showing a simple game where I follow these guidelines. Again, it's not rocket science, it's not anything, and even in the game, I mess up my combo and I still win. So again, this is just to help new people out. So definitely give it a go and let me know what you think. Real quick, I also forgot. I'm gonna go over the deck list I use in this video. So I'm using the budget version of the deck. So this deck is really cheap. That's another good thing about it. 140. The main difference is basically we can't afford some expensive zaps. So like Destructive Aether Tide is out of this list, as well as Aether Arc. I just replaced them with Pop the Bubbles, and then also Clarity Potions as well, or an extra Clarity Potion as well. You could do another zap instead of another Clarity. I just felt like adding the Clarity to kind of test it out, so I did this. So this is the deck we're using. Basically 90% the same as the normal list. Just no eyes and no gems and no expensive zaps. Okay, we are going first into Azalea. So first thing to do is check how much AB they have. They have pretty much Spell Void 2 if they have that, and then AB 1. So not too bad. Okay. So we're gonna play this Deja Vu. I like to go ahead and get the cards out of my hand first, just to see if maybe there's a case where I want to banish the Deja Vu, even though that's pretty rare. So generally, you do not want to send if they have AB. You don't want to send zaps on your turn. Just because essentially you're just letting them filter their hand for free. In this case, I'm gonna do it just because they only have AB 1, so we could probably leak 1 damage here. No. So probably not worth it, but we're doing 1 damage, so it's better than 0 damage. But again, we're just going to be following the super simple rules that we laid out in the deck here. Okay, we got a Blazing, so I'm going to play around arsenaling this Blazing and probably block out with all these blues. Obviously, you have to play around with, if they give you something like an inertia or anything like that, you have to be a little careful, but yeah, we will see here. Face down in there. Okay. The Blazing there. This has Dominate. Wait. Sure. Okay. That makes more sense. I thought that was coming, but anyways, this is an example of where vibes-based Kano does not always work. But we'll see. We still got time. In theory, that's still the right play, other than blocking with the Blazing, because I mean we're gonna lose it whether we kept in hand or not, and I'd rather have a blue in hand than a Blazing because we get a banish off of it. So I'm gonna banish first with the Gaze. If we get a 0-cost zap here, we can play it and then play the Blaze or the Gaze. Sorry. Boom. I will send a Boom. Send a Boom just because it's 4 damage. They can only prevent 1, so it should do 3, and then that should give us another banish off the top we could play. Open the floodgates? Sure. Wish that wasn't a blue, but it's better than nothing. Sorry, opponent, I did not hit the space bar. They obviously like their hand, so yeah, we're gonna take a lot of damage here. This is a full block. Hope the Arsenal Kindle, but we'll see. The way Azelius goes, sometimes you don't get a chance to full block. This is definitely a matchup where you can get high rolled for sure. We wait. This dominate is annoying. Take aim. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have really a lot of choices here. I'm blocking with the red because yellow is more resource positive here. It is what it is. But not really much we could do this game, it looks like. So we're just gonna pitch both of these. Okay, well, that's not the potion you want to see, but it's a potion we got. Okay, this is an interesting one. So I'd like to ideally block with these and play clarity, but the way these turns have been going, I've not gotten the chance to block with more than one card in my hand, but we will see. But again, so we have a potion, we're gonna play around, and we're just gonna basically block until we have to fire. Yeah, this is fine. I just hope they can't give it dominate, but they probably can. Frailty's fine. Inertia's the one we really hate, more so than anything. Refresh here, just make sure it's not waiting on me. I'm gonna full block here. We're getting low on life. And essentially if we kept the card, it wouldn't actually help us because we can only do one action on our turn anyway. So we have 4 pots, but no E-pots. It's rather unfortunate. Okay. So I'm hoping I can double block with these 2 cards and then live from there. What is he targeting here? Affecting shot, perfect. Coming in for 4 dominate. Yeah, that's fine. All right, well, we'll get 2 more potions in play here, but we have not found it. Oh, I guess we have 1 E-pot, so. All right, so we have 3 D-pots here, so we're going to do the trick. So we're going to banish everything we have in hand. Let me undo that, if that's okay. Oh, nah, whatever. It's fine. Actually, it's really not fine. Let me redo that. Okay. So the reason I don't want to do that is I do not want to put a red on the top of my deck right now. I'm very happy to do this because I already have 2 deja vu pots. So I'm gonna activate Crucible to get this Floodgates out of hand. Then we're gonna take 4 damage. Yeah, this sucks. This really sucks. So we're gonna see if we can block out this turn. If we can block out this turn, we will try to block out and play another potion. If we cannot block out this turn, then we're probably just dead. So they have +3. We can boom lessons. That's a little cute. Yeah, you definitely undo, man. After my last turn. So yeah, this is gonna be vibes-based Kano in a nutshell. We better hope Wildfire's in like the top 4 cards. He has an aim, so this will be +3. Okay. So if it does have an aim counter, so it'd be 4. Yeah, we can't dominate, so we definitely can't. Oh, we can block it. I'm gonna do it. The Kindle and Arsenal isn't as important as finding a Wildfire, so this is going down to the wire here. I'm not gonna play the Kindle, even though I would draw. Just yeah, that was exactly why I didn't do that. Just in case we draw another Wildfire. So the big thing with this hand is I really wish I had 3 epots instead of 3 clarity, but it is what it is. So we'll let him do whatever he's gonna do. He's probably gonna buff this way too much and take. Well, he doesn't have AB1 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So there is some good stuff we can do here with Flare Overflow. I'm happy to full block here to get Arsenal. Okay. That was pretty good for us. Oh, this is gas. Okay, yeah, we're cooking now. We're cooking now, people. It's the vibes-based Kano, and all we did was block and play potions. Yep. Do whatever you need to do. Place with blood rot, sure. Great bow, sure. We should be able to find a kill here. Oh yeah, tap out for me, buddy. Okay. So we're gonna pop clarity here. Oh yeah, buddy. I don't really want the overflow. Okay. Pop clarity again. You want a blue? Yeah, that works. Okay. So let me think here. So we need 4 to play. Well, we need 2 to play this. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 floating. So I can banish 3. That'll give me 1. Okay, let's banish first, and then we can do some math here. Okay. So I need 3. So I can use this to buff. Bada boom. Now we'll send this wildfire. We can pay 1 to buff because we should be getting 3 resources from. Oh wait, I fucked this up. Okay, so I didn't fuck it up, but I can't pay for this because 3. Oh, did I just like mess this up to begin with anyway? It's fine still, I think. Yeah, so this is what happens when you play vibes. Just kind of 3. Yeah, I'm 1 short, so I shouldn't have paid for that. But that's okay. So we're now going to pay for this. He should prevent that with the quiver. Yep. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we don't need. We can just do manual clarity just in case there's a blazing for more damage. Doesn't really matter. Put the prog on top. See, messed up our combo and still got there. GG's.